Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Ahkeeia Payne, CPA, owner of AVP Financials, a small CPA firm dedicated to helping small business owners like you increase financial literacy and business insight through tax, accounting, and business planning strategies. If it's your first time here, welcome. So happy to have you here. I would love for you to become an AVP All-Star. Simply click the subscribe button below and the bell notifications to make sure you don't miss out on the latest and greatest. Without further ado, let's jump into this video. Now, I don't know why, I don't know how, but somehow one of the hardest things for small business owners to do is to open a separate business bank account and only have business transactions flowing through it. Mind-boggling, right? I don't understand what's so difficult about that, but somehow it is the most difficult thing for small business owners to do. What seems like such a simple concept is turned into this impossibility. Now, if you know me, if you've had a consultation with me, if I've worked with you before, you know that I despise commingling. Absolutely hate it, cannot stand it, despise commingling. So what is commingling? Commingling is mixing your business transactions and your personal transactions in the same account, thus making it very difficult to determine which of those transactions belong to your business versus which of those transactions belong to you as a personal, individual. Here's an example I'd like to use to help demonstrate the confusion that can come along with commingling these funds. So if I regularly shop at Walmart for groceries, personal items, random things here and there, but I also shop at Walmart for my business, for office supplies, office furniture, office decor, whatever it is I need for my business. Walmart has everything, so it's very possible that all of my needs will be met there. But if I am purchasing all of these things on the same card or within the same account, and I'm also not keeping receipts for these items, it's going to be very difficult for me to determine, at the end of the month, which of the 7 to 10 transactions belong to my business versus the personal side of things. Another example for my Starbucks lovers out there: if you regularly go to Starbucks to get your favorite coffee, your favorite cappuccino, frappuccino, whatever you have, but you also go there for client meetings. If you're not keeping receipts, and again, if you're commingling funds, business and personal mixed together somehow, of the 23, Starbucks transactions, because I know y'all go to Starbucks a lot, of those transactions, how are you going to determine which ones belong to your business versus which ones belong to personal? It is very likely that you could have a business meeting with someone and not pay for their items. Thus, it appears to be just a random time that you went to Starbucks by yourself. But if you keep good records, if you keep receipts and make notations, all of these things become easier to distinguish between. People really like to downplay commingling. I mean, I don't understand why, but they're downplaying the larger impact that it could have on your business and also you personally. What ends up happening is your accounting records are not accurate because of the commingling, which means you don't have a true understanding of your business, whether it be your net profit or a net loss, which could also mean that you're not taking advantage of all the deductions for tax return purposes, which ultimately means that you're giving Uncle Sam too much money, and I don't know why on earth you would want to do that. And on the flip side of things, if you're taking too large of a deduction because you're including those personal items as business deductions on your tax return, you're essentially stealing from Uncle Sam. And I don't know about you, but what I do know is that Uncle Sam don't play that. So you're gonna have to get it together. Another thing I know is that you won't see any successful business commingling funds. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. So stop making it hard on yourself to know your numbers. So stop commingling those funds. I have said what I said. I don't want to have to say it again. So now that we have an understanding of what commingling is, how horrible and terrible it is, and that it should be avoided at all costs, what do we do to get on the straight and narrow from this point forward? The answer is super simple. Open a business account. Most large banks offer business checking that comes with a business debit card. Some even come with a credit card as well if you sign up for that option. But a lot of small business owners run into an issue where they're not trying to pay these monthly fees for the business checking account, and I am right along there with you. I don't feel it is necessary for me as a business owner to have to pay this expense, this unnecessary expense in my mind. So that kind of leaves a lot of people in a rut and makes them feel as though it is okay to commingle funds by just having everything in a personal account and running their business through there. But that's not the way to do it. There are some banks out there that offer free business checking accounts, and you should definitely look into those. For those of us who discovered Aslo and thought it was the best thing since sliced bread, and then later on got an email, or actually not too long ago, got an email saying that the bank was going to be closing down, it was the worst thing ever because Aslo was awesome. It was easy to open a business checking account with that bank. They sent you a debit card. It had not only your name as the owner on there, but the business's name as well. It gave you some sense of validation, a sense of legitimacy for your business. But they're closing. As of this video, this is March of 2021. They will be closed by the end of this month, March 31st. But not to worry. There are other banks out there that offer very similar products to what Aslo offered. Some of those banks include Novo, Bluevine, and Axios. These are full-service banks that do business online, which is a part of the reason why they are able to offer small business owners this business checking account without charging you that monthly fee, because they don't have physical branch locations for you to go into. My advice is to research these banks and their competitors. Make a list of what is important to you to have in a bank, and just go through that list of criteria, rating it against the banks that you're looking into. Now, to help you make this process super easy, I have created a list of a few things to consider. The first item is monthly fees. So again, we don't want to be bogged down with paying these unnecessary monthly fees. It's just an unnecessary operating expense that we don't want to deal with. It cuts into profit margin, and if we can lower expenses to boost that bottom line, then we're going to do that. So we're not going to entertain a bank that is going to be charging us monthly fees, because why would we do that? We don't want to do that in the first place. So the second option is, or second thing to consider is, do they offer credit cards? If your business does not need a credit card, or it's just the furthest thing from your mind, then of course this is not an option that you have to consider. But if your business needs a credit card, or if that's something that you want for the future, then definitely take that into consideration. It's really awesome to kind of have a lot of these benefits bundled up in a beautiful package, all within one organization, just to make banking easy for you. I mean, y'all already out here commingling funds, so the best that you can do for yourself is try to make it easy for yourself to do your business banking. Okay, so the third thing to consider is, do they offer a mobile deposit? So with not having a physical branch location to go into, mobile deposit becomes that much more important. So if somebody writes you a check, you'll be able to take a picture of it on your phone, the front and back side of the check, and deposit that into your bank account. That becomes even more important when you're trying to fund the account for the first time. So that's another option to consider. How easy is it to fund the account? Do you have to sign a piece of paper for an ACH or a wire transfer? Do you have to go online to do some type of transfer? Can you do it on your phone? How can you fund the account? Will they allow you to add an external account to your profile and pull money from the external account to fund the new account that you just opened? All of those things are very important to consider, because you'd be surprised how many banks get this part of it wrong, the ease in which you can fund the account. Another option to consider is ATMs. So without having physical branch locations, you're going to have to rely on other ATMs if you need to pull out cash. So does your bank have any ATMs? The banks that you're considering, do they have ATMs? If you have to pull money from another bank's ATM, will they cover the ATM fee for you up to a certain amount? Will they cover 100% of it? Can you even get money out of another ATM? Are the fees ridiculous? All things to consider, because you want to make an informed decision so you can choose a bank that fits your business. So be sure to do your due diligence. Make sure that the banks that you are considering, or the bank that you ultimately go with, not only fits your needs for today, right here, right now, but also fits your needs in the future for when your business grows. So that way you don't have to kind of run into the situation again, oh my gosh, which bank do I go with? It's okay if you have to do that. Banks change, they add new products, they take products away over time, but just being cognizant of your needs is going to make this process much more smooth, much easier for you down the line when you have to come back to this drawing board. Now, I challenge everyone who is watching this video, who is a small business owner out here commingling funds in these streets, to go ahead, do your research, find a bank to go with, open said bank account. Once you fund your account, also be sure to check any recurring payments that you have coming out of an account that it shouldn't be coming out of. Go ahead and change all of that information over. And then going forward, be sure to only, I don't even know how many times I'm going to say only use that account for business purposes. It is not a hard thing to do. It is so simple. And let me put it to you in this terms. This will demonstrate how simple this is, because I bet you, if you wanted to make a large purchase on your credit card, I bet you won't confuse your credit card with your debit card. I bet you won't accidentally swipe that debit card and have $4,000 come out. I bet you won't do that. So treat your business the same way. Only have business transactions coming out of that account. No excuses. If this video applies to you, again, please go ahead, do what you need to do, get that account open. I do not want to hear about you commingling funds by the next time I drop a new video. I said what I said, but with love. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching my video. Give this video a thumbs up if you gained some valuable information. Share this video with other business owners as well. If you have a question, comment, or concern, go ahead and drop it below in the comment area. I would love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can become an AVP All-Star. Also, click the notification bell so you can stay up to date on the latest and greatest. See you in the next video. Bye.